If we could get one to McCook, but I'm guessing we're not lucky. Ooh, there we go. Rock bucket to McCook. I'll take it. Sold to me.
Time to get the job done.
Oh, it's just across the road. Excellent. So if we get the McCook delivery out of the way, I guess. It's not ideal.
Turn right.
See, I'm definitely going to have an issue with one of the last deliveries, but then it's close enough that I could just drive, basically do what I did last time, I think. I just drive to the one that I'm missing, and then any delivery from there will count. And I can just do a nice big long delivery somewhere if I feel like it.
Turn left, and then turn right. Turn right. This is where it ends.
Oh, where's my trailer? Ah, there. Alright. Weird flashing happening in the mirror. It's odd.
Let's go.
I think it was meant to be like a reflection or like glare or something, but it just looked like a weird strobe effect. Convoy mode for quite a while. Made the choice to be able to type in an in-game chat while having control of your truck. Yup. Keyboard's right behind the wheel, so I can write and chat while braking, accelerating with feet, and controlling the wheel with your elbows. Try to do that with the controller. I wouldn't want to. Like, why would I want to do that? If I was doing a convoy mode, it would be with people in a Discord call. I would not be trying to do text chat. That's just ludicrous. I would much rather to actually be able to talk with people. If I was to play this game socially, that would be the only way to do that.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Also, once I've got the set cruise control, I can do whatever else I like with my hands, really. Yeah, cruise control, I can now steer with my left thumb, and I can type with my right hand if I want to. I can one-hand type quite proficiently. I can get, like, my whole span basically goes across the keyboard, so if I really wanted to, then that's what I would do. But I don't think I'd want to.
Go straight.
But yeah, I could text or whatever if I wanted to at the moment. My phone's currently connected to my computer because I was copying some files off, but, you know, if I really wanted to. But doing all that many things while you're driving just sounds a bit tedious. So, in terms of efficiency, in that scenario your mouth isn't doing anything, so you may as well be using it to talk. Oop. I'm not sure quite what happened there. I think my thumb twitched. Ah, we were doing so well on the damage front too. 9 out of 12. Darn, we've discovered Columbus just by driving past it again.
Go straight.
That's annoying.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Feet cramp up every now and then. Sounds like you need to do some more exercise.
Turn right. Go straight.
Or a better footwear, one of the two. Arrow keys still work. Yeah. Some of the faster speedruns of these games are just done using keyboard. There's a photo. What's off there then? Wonk. Media. No, not gallery. I clicked too soon. What have we here then? Big monument. Andrew Jackson Higgins National Memorial. Alright, that's a lot of names. Oh, there is an information plaque. Let's get as close as we can and see if we can read it. Not quite, but kind of. Designer and manufacturer of World War II landing craft. Ah, gotcha. It's the ones used in Omaha. Yeah. That makes sense. Oh, there we go. Learned something today. And I remembered not to use B to back out of the menu, so my parking brake didn't jam on. We're learning. Slowly. When connecting a wheel, it maxes out the sensitivity when not using the wheel itself. That would be handy. I wonder if that would make my controller more responsive, just connecting a wheel to it, because otherwise the responsiveness of the thumbstick is actually not that great. And that's one thing that's really annoying in speedrunning, because you can't turn as fast as you would be able to with a wheel. Arrow keys are kind of somewhere in between. It just needs to think that there's a wheel connected. I think the main thing that stops me getting a wheel, other than just the amount of space it takes up on the desk, and then not being able to easily put it somewhere else when I'm not using it, is just that most of them feel really cheap and clunky unless you get really expensive ones. I don't really feel like spending $400-500 on another control surface. Not when the one I've got works perfectly adequately.
Go straight.
Just means I can't be as competitive. It's like, oh no, I'm still not going to win. I'm still suck. So that looked like one of Shelob's victims off the side of the road. You good back there? Just looked like a webbed individual. Don't know what that was meant to be. Can't you just not put up the sensitivity? No, it's at max. So, no. Been there, tried that. Steering sensitivity is at maximum. But for whatever reason, it's different between the control schemes. Like, if I turn with the arrow keys, it's, say, about mid sensitivity, whereas this is with the controller. You can see it's just a little bit more languid. It's not quite as immediate.
Turn right.
Oh, I meant to turn right. You good? Well, I think we encountered one of those bugs. Apparently there's quicksand. Ooh, hi. The rare mating dance of whatever the hell type of truck that is. Alright, let's leave him to it. Still see it in the mirror. At least it's not my truck doing that, I guess. Caution, quicksand. Funny. So at least it wasn't my truck doing that. That's a start. When I press the arrow keys, wheels go to lock in about a quarter of a second. Yeah, mine don't. And they certainly don't when I'm using the controller either. I mean, it's good enough for most purposes. It's not as immediate as I would like in some circumstances, but it's fine. Now, realistically, I can't hope to compete with youngsters with much more time on their hands anyway, when it comes to speedruns. So, having control limitations is probably good for me. Because then I could just write it off and go, you know what, I'll be happy with that. And not try and beat it into the ground any further. It's less obvious on more recent versions of the game anyway, because they changed the truck physics. It's only really on the old speedruns that are done on like 1.30 that really have that effect. Red cloud to the south, apparently. They look grey to me. A way station and a trailer with no truck. Brilliant. Drove past, phased through a building, and went straight through the ground. Yeah, there's been odd behaviour in the game for a long time. I haven't really noticed too much of it, thankfully. Every now and then I'll get stuck in some geometry. It was one of the... I can't remember whether it was this game or ETS2, where one of the new depots, I think it was in Texas actually, I picked up a trailer from one of the new depots, and I think it was halfway through a gate or something, and everything just started shaking uncontrollably. That wasn't a good time. Oh, this is interesting. And there's a viewpoint. This is very interesting. What's going on here then?
Okay, let's find a new route.
Nice place. Just a little walkway over the other side there. Do I have to go in here? Oh, next one along. Okay. That's the car park. This would be the truck park. Almost do have to sleep again. Alright, where are we? Great Platte River Road Archway Monument. That's a lot of words. Still doesn't tell me anything about it, or why. I really wish that they had a little information blurb that came up when you triggered a viewpoint, so you could actually read what it's about. Why is this interesting? Why should I care? But, oh well. We'll just have to try and remember and look up about it separately. I mean, it looks cool. I hope there's like shops or something inside. It's not technically a bug, just a quirk with the engine, but the fact you get shot into the stratosphere by simply getting hit by a train, yep. Or getting slightly stuck within some geometry and then it releasing you. I got flipped upside down when I was trying to get a trailer out from being stuck in a wall at one stage. I can't even remember how it got stuck in the first place, but it did. My trailer got stuck, and then I was doing the trick of just backing up to it on a slight angle and then attaching it, and it makes the trailer like jump to you just a little bit, like just like a foot at a time, to try and get it free of where it was stuck. But the engine didn't like that very much, and at one point when it jumped, it just threw my truck in the air and spun and crashed. I think there's still a clip of it somewhere, I'm not sure. Might have got cleaned out at some point. Yeah, it's just a classic case of like objects not being able to move. It's just model rigidity. and then trying to exert some sort of physics on it.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
Up, up, and over.
Turn left.
Yeah. No. Thought I stopped in time. Never mind. Oh, it's actually later than I thought for some reason.
Keep right.
Time flies when you're having fun. Myth confirmed. Only jank has it drives you nuts when a gate is 90% open and it bodies you at 50 k's an hour. Yes, correct. Yeah, in fact you have to wait until like a rail crossing or a toll booth gate or something has to be completely open and the animation has to have stopped before you proceed. Because if it is 1 pixel not retracted, then so help you. Yep, I've been burnt by that many times. Like, oh, the gate's up. Especially if you're in the cockpit view and you can't see when it's at the top of its arc. Oh, crunch. I'd be much happier if they made it that the collision just disappeared as soon as it started lifting. Yes, it means that if I started driving, then yeah, maybe I'd clip through a bit of the visual of the arm, and oh no, my immersion, but I'd much prefer that. Generally, if you're have to make compromises in a game, I much prefer to err on the side of player agency and the ability to proceed as opposed to stopping the player from doing something. Because like, if you don't want that, just you can wait, you can make the choice, you can wait until it's fully retracted so that you don't get that visual artifact if you're worried about doing so. But if you don't care about a little bit of a graphical clipping, then you can just gun it as soon as it starts to elevate and in you go and you're fine. Much prefer that. If a truck can clip through space and time, you should be able to slightly clip through a gate. Yes, exactly. The strange things that trucks otherwise do sometimes in this game. Like the classic cases in Subnautica with doing a glitchless run, there's some sand that obscures a portal, and it starts to get cleared, and the frame that it starts to get cleared, the collision disappears from the sand pile, and you can interact with what's beneath it, and it looks like you're clipping into the sand. So sometimes people, this is in a glitchless run, go, oh, but you used a glitch at such and such. It's like, not a glitch, the game engine allows it. You do not have to wait until it is fully cleared before interacting. It's as soon as the animation has begun, that sand no longer has collision. And that is the way I prefer that to happen. And I wish that happened in this.
Get ready to turn left.
Honestly, for casual gameplay, I almost want to have a mod that just makes it so that toll booth gates or railway crossing gates just don't have collision at all. And if I feel like stopping for one, I will, and if I don't want to, then I won't. And I'll just drive straight on through. Once when games had cheat codes, yeah. Yeah, just type in IDDQD real quick. ID syspopd. I mean, console commands are the modern day cheat codes, surely, right? That's basically what it is. Apparently there's now a hidden road in Switzerland which contains a hidden viewpoint. Don't know how I would be able to feel about that. I know exactly how I feel about that. I don't like it. There's been a couple of hidden viewpoints, actually. I vaguely feel that maybe it wasn't a viewpoint, maybe it was a photo opportunity. But I'm sure I drove somewhere. It was like the Four Corners Monument or something in this. And I'm sure I had like a viewpoint icon appear on my screen. Or photo gallery or something just appear on my screen that hadn't been there. And yeah, I don't like that much. I don't know. Yes and no. Because I also do like games that reward exploration. And hey, you get a secret thing by exploring more. So, you know, I get it. I don't mind it all the time.
Recomputing.
But because the fact that there is like the question marks and stuff on the map,
and then keep left.
You know, maybe there shouldn't be, even for photo opportunities. Maybe there shouldn't be an icon telling me what to take a picture of, and I should just take pictures of things anyway. And oh, hey, that one's got an entry in the gallery. Cool. And then you discover them by just exploration. But at the same time, I like the fact that there's icons to say, oh, hey, here's a point of interest, because otherwise you're focused on driving, and you're not going to know that, oh, hey, this is an object of interest that we've put in the game.
Turn right.
So I can see it from both sides there. So if they've got a few that are hidden, then, alright, compromise. Bomp, bomp, bomp.
It's all over now.
Let's play it safe. I don't want to back it into that pile of tubing. This is going to be bad enough. Oh, okay, it didn't need it. Well, let's just straighten up now anyway. May as well. Good enough. And then we need to sleep. Turns out. It's not like it's hard to find these things if you use the wiki like me. Yeah, so many data miners and stuff. Yeah. And that's the thing, is if you really want to hunt for things, you can just look online. Cool. That is 9 out of 12. Do we push for another? We'll see what I get given. So Columbus we have not actually been to, so if I could get a delivery to Columbus, that would be grand. So that we just know that that's done. And then it would be a case of drive to Lincoln or Grand Island and then take a delivery from one to other. But I'm not sure I'm getting them. No, that's actually Omaha, technically, apparently. I mean, the other option is that there's one's to Grand Island, so if I go to Grand Island, then I actually... Oh, that's from Phillipsburg. Oh, so that's actually crossing the border. That's funny. I mean, that's fine as well. It doesn't matter. I'm allowed to do that. Yeah, that's funny. Let's do that. Because, yeah, Phillipsburg is just over the border. That's that farm that's up in the corner. That's funny. I remember going there.
Here we go.
Now, we also do need to sleep somewhere, but I've no idea where there is for me to sleep. There's nothing on my small map. How do I get out of here? Turn left. That sounds like a very good idea. I thought I was going to be able to just drive off to the right, but there's some rocks blocking my way for some reason.
Get ready to turn right.
Oop, wrong one. I think there's a rest stop down in
Turn
Phillipsburg.
right.
I'm already over my sleeping quota, so the responsible thing would be to go to the rest stop that's closer. But it's not too far away, it's only 20 minutes. Oh, next rest stop in 47, I'm not even over yet. Easy. For some reason I thought I'd only turned red after I was over. Unfortunately, I'm still limited to 65 because I made the mistake of picking up the delivery when it was first available instead of driving there first, but if I'd driven there first, chances are the delivery would no longer have been available. So, swings and roundabouts. Such a game, you want a good modding community, but need to expose source code. Having easy access makes piracy very easy. Yeah. I don't know, do we really care that much about piracy these days? I'm sure the developers do, to an extent, but that's where you just have enough stuff that requires online connection and verification and stuff that it's easier to detect piracy and ban people from things, from services, if they're found to being it. So you can take that approach. I'm sure I've driven this road before. Maybe not.
What are we waiting for?
Well, actually, I must have, because the road heading south from here is explored, but the road heading to the east is not. Okay. Must have been a revamped.
Turn right.
Well, we'll pull in, and we don't need fuel, but we may as well fill up anyway since we're here, and then we'll go rest. We're not going to take this through the thing though, we're just going to reverse and then go over. Logic, people always crack games, so who cares, might as well make it easier for them if they're going to do it anyway. No, that's not the best way of thinking. That's just like saying, oh, people are going to break the law anyway, so let's just make it easy for them. It's like, no, generally not. You want to make it difficult for someone to rob a store, for example. You want to at least make it difficult, such that only those who are really dedicated to trying to do so are going to have a bash at it. Okay, why am I not allowed to sleep here? I'm literally parked on top of the icon. Ugh. Where do I have to go then? It's like saying that, oh, if someone wanted to burgle my house, they'd do it anyway, so I may as well just leave the door unlocked. You know, why bother? I won't put my valuables anywhere, because they're just going to get stolen anyway. So it's not a very good way to think about things generally. Where do I have to go to sleep? I was parked on top of the icon. My trailer is now doing very weird things. Where do I go? I should probably just park the trailer off to the side and then just drive around without it, so I don't need to worry about it. Because it's going to be a pain if I get it stuck. You should find a place to rest. I'm trying. It's not letting me. Game is saying no. We'll try if in this gap instead. Door number 3. Yeah, there we go. That was. I just needed to go to this gap instead for some reason. Comparing cybercrime to real crime is like comparing someone stabbing you to someone yelling at you on the internet. Yes and no. In terms of theft, it's pretty equivalent. Because piracy is essentially committing theft. It's digital theft. So the equivalence is there. It's more just comparing the way of thinking. Oh, someone's going to hack my password, so I may as well just make it 1234. It's the same line of thinking. It's lazy, stupid lines of thinking like that. So we may as well make it easy for people to hack, to crack our game. So, no. You make it difficult. Or you make it that, okay, sure, the game's easy to crack, but if you do, you're not able to play it online and enjoy any of the additional features. You can't play it as a live service game. You won't be able to connect to other people. You at least have a stick. You have an incentive for people to play it legally, even if it is easy to get hold of it illegally. Otherwise, it's just going, oh, well, who cares? And then it's just a free-for-all, and then you don't make any money, and then you aren't able to support your game, so it dies out anyway. And people go, oh, I wish that they'd been able to add more content to the game. As it is, people go, oh, I wish such and such was free. It's like, well, you realise it takes a lot of effort to actually go into developing a game in the first place, and it's very cheap to expect that it should be given to you for free. Okay, I'm seeing nothing in that view. I guess we're staying in the cab. There's an infinite amount of online game copies, not an infinite amount of real-life stuff to steal. That's still the stupid example. It's one of those cases of it really is about the principle of it. It's a thing called opportunity cost. So, oh, but they've already made the game, so it doesn't matter if I pirate it. If I play it for free, because it's already been made. It's like, yes, but you're affecting their ability to support the game or to maybe make a sequel. Or DLC in this case, because no one really makes, well, people do, but making sequels seems rarer than just keeping a game going ad infinitum these days. Like, there will probably not be an ATS2 or an ETS3 because they'll just keep expanding on these. Like, by the time that they actually finish the contiguous United States in ATS, this will be a very old game. But they keep making upgrades along the way to support that, and the way that that happens is by people purchasing the game and buying the DLC, not ripping it off and playing for free. That's not how you get new additions to a title.
Go straight.
And we're back in Phillipsburg. That's right, I tried to get to a farm way back there when I was initially doing that Cruising Kansas event, because I thought it would count as Phillipsburg, but it didn't. It didn't give me the expiration for it, which is kind of annoying.
Go straight.
People talk about how piracy is usually a platform problem. Yeah. To a small extent. Just weave our way through there.
Go straight.
Yeah, I mean, piracy is not entirely solved by platform, but it's definitely assisted by it. Because yes, people stopped pirating music when it was easier to listen to iTunes. They didn't, but it certainly became less. I think iTunes is probably a bad example, because it was still ecosystem gated to an extent. But certainly the likes of Spotify and stuff has helped to reduce music piracy huge amounts. But at the same time, it's a compromise, because I think artists get a lot less from those sorts of platforms than they ever did by actually releasing albums and stuff themselves, like with physical copy and or with digital purchase through their own platforms. I don't subscribe to Spotify. If I like an album enough, like from an artist that I've come across on the likes of YouTube, where, hey, they're getting some ad revenue, hopefully. If I like it enough, I will look to see if they have a digital download option through their own website and prioritize things like Bandcamp rather than the likes of Amazon or other platforms, because I believe they get more of a cut when you do that. Even better if they have like their own platform. I was hoping to nip into there, but I kind of missed it. It's not really worth me taking that trailer through there, is it? No, not really. Oh well, I guess we just came to a stop for no good. And we find the reason for this intersection being here, assuming it was in the first place. That's to go north.
Turn right.
Yeah, the likes of Steam making it so much easier to get hold of software regardless of where you are, because they operate in most jurisdictions around the world, certainly helps to cut down on the number of people who would try and rip a game, because it's just so easy. Cost is the prohibiting factor, though. Yeah, I can definitely understand why someone would still want to get a pirated copy of the likes of Baldur's Gate 3, because it's still a very expensive game. And it's largely a single-player game, so there's very little downside to playing it illegally, because you're not likely to get slammed by multiplayer content or anything like that. So if you can, I can imagine why someone would. Personally, I can afford to buy games generally, so I prefer to do that. For me, it's more a case, that's a beautiful sunrise. For me, it's more a case of, I'm not going to pay over $100 for a game that's new when I know that it's just going to sit on my digital shelf for ages, because I'm not going to play it for a very long time. So I'll just wait until it's like 50% off. I make exceptions for things like this and its DLC, where I want to play it as close to release as possible. And having events like these community events helps inspire me to do so. But things like pre-order bonuses and stuff don't really inspire me to buy a game. There's Red Cloud. Well, yeah, that we've determined why it's called Red Cloud, because we caught it on a really nice sunrise. So there you go. Let's take a picture. Of the Farmers and Merchant Bank Historical Museum. Oh, that's it there? Okay. Next to the pawn shop, apparently. Well, we can't see that it's next to a pawn shop if we have our truck parked in front of it, so there you go. Makes it slightly more glamorous. Nice city. Town. Village? Is it even a town? No. It's a pretty small place. But they've definitely tried to bring the personality of these places to life a lot more, which helps. Smart deal will make games cheaper in countries in which the economy is worse. Yeah, that does happen with the regional pricing, that's for sure. When you take a look at like advanced Steam and you see what the cost is in other parts of the world, you pay a pittance for a game in the likes of, I think, like India and Brazil, I think, are some of the cheaper places. And then you, of course, you'll get people who'll try to then like VPN fudge or something so that their account is based in one of those regions so that they get it for cheaper, which is kind of absurd. But, well, people will always try something on. That's kind of the midway. It's kind of the half piracy, where you're paying for it, but at a reduced rate through obfuscated means or something. This just makes me think of that meme of the guy going, "Still illegal." This has got to be a secret bit off here, right? No, that's just someone's driveway. Yep, okay, invisible wall, but no blinkies, because it's not actually a road, so I should have realized that. It just looked like it would be a secret path. A lot of the time they'll have a couple of the little blinky X's there, even if it's fairly clear that it's just a driveway. Oh well. That's what we get for experimenting, guys. For trying to find a hidden path. We just get disappointment. I wonder whether I should start doing more jump cuts and these sorts of things sometimes when the scenery isn't that spectacular. I mean, this is a cool bridge, so we wouldn't be cutting that out. Oh, there's a photo opportunity back there. Can we see it still? Can we get that? If we look back, will it still count? We've probably gone beyond the render range. Nope, can still get it. The Hungry Bison Smokehouse. Well, we should have seen it. It's over there. There you go. Good enough. There's a question mark still, but, you know. Parking on stage is quite unique. It's an ad for the car hinge. Fantastic. Because that's the thing, is piracy is usually not performed by malice so much as just by not being able to afford things anyway. Whereas, yeah, people conducting fraud, yeah, no. Go to jail, do not pass go. That's what Humble does, legally buy Steam keys during cheap sales and sell them on for a little bit of a markup. I don't know, is it a markup? Only time I've ever bought things from Humble, it's ended up being cheaper than would have got it on Steam. Our sphere isn't fully covering the city. Is there things on the other side that might count? But then the distance won't be as long. Hey. If we drive to the photo op, then maybe we'll get some different deliveries?
Come on,
Question mark? Yeah, this was bound to happen. We've had it really good, to be honest. There's been other states where I've not even got halfway, I feel, in the first stream because I've been running into so many contract issues. Whereas this one, we're almost finished. Like 3/4 of the way through. But now we're running into problems, so... And it's also getting late in the day, so honestly I think this is my cue to stop. And come back, and maybe we get lucky on another day. There we go. Hey, you said turn left, I turn left. Grand Island. Is it actually an island? I don't know. I feel I haven't seen enough rivers around here for this to be an island. I guess technically an island between two very large river systems, maybe. I'm not sure.
Go straight.
That feels like a stretch. Nice place though. Why is this not a viewpoint? Why is this only a photo op?
Safe and sound.
I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest. Like, seriously, this should be a viewpoint for the whole city, not just a single photo op for the courthouse. Yeah. A little bit disappointed by that one. Let's go by the garage, shall we? Because there's so many other cool buildings. There's the... whatever that is. And there was another one further back. There's at least a good half dozen nice old buildings that they've put in that town to enjoy. And they just have a picture of one of them? Unless there's one of those hidden viewpoints down the other road. Seems a stretch though. Dunno. Now, let's buy the garage anyway. We'll put our brake on this time too, eh? Boom, boom, boom.